Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is JC. Today I'm gonna talk about another marketing concept, the law of the category. So let's get started. So this law of the category is there's a blog post written by Eric Sink quite a long time ago in 2004, and it's the second law that he reviewed, and let's study this together. The law of the category says that if you cannot be first in your category, set up a new category. This is really just another way of explaining a concept called differentiation. New entrepreneurs tend to think purely in terms of finding a product which is better than the competition, but so very often it is more important to be different than to be better. Every difference defines a category, and for each category, somebody is the leader. In other words, a large market is really just a cluster of small markets. Tackle the large market and you will probably lose. Tackle a small market and you might just win. Don't think of Mac OS as the number 2 desktop computing platform. Instead, think of them as the number 1 desktop computer in the graphic design category. The difference highlights the category in which Apple is number 1. Note that I'm fully aware of the relative size of these two categories. Microsoft is number 1 in a category which is many times the size of the category in which Apple is number 1. Finding a category in which Apple is number 1 is not an effort to claim equality. Rather, it simply explains who buys Macintosh and what differentiator is important to them. The point of creating a category is to make sure you and your customers understand what your key differentiation is. What makes you different? To whom does that difference matter? In the minds of those people, you are number 1. But do make sure there are enough of those people. Every difference defines a category, but not every category matters. For example, suppose you want to create the number 1 IDE for programmers who develop enterprise accounting software in Forth. I dare say you won't encounter much opposition in your effort to win this category. However, you won't encounter much revenue there either. Understand categories has been critical for SourceGear as we do business in the source control market. People sometimes ask us how we can possibly sell source control tools when CVS is free. The reason is that open source is merely one category in the source control space. This market has quite a few categories, and the competition across those categories is minimal. If the customer wants a workflow-based tool, they only look at the tools in that category. If cross-platform support is critical, the customer isn't paying much attention to the Windows-centric products. Perforce has played this game very well by setting up their own category called Fast Source Control Tools. Speed is their differentiator, and they seem to be having a nice measure of success with this approach. SourceGear Vault plays in the Windows-centric category of source control tools. I don't have data to prove it, but I'm pretty sure that right now we're number 1 with the collection of people who are using SourceSafe and want a painless transition to something better. We chose our category very specifically. Recent trout are right. Set up a category in which you can be first, but size does matter. Make sure the category you choose is not too large and not too small. So this is a very good essay, and I have 2 points that I'll share with you. So the number 1 point is that, as Eric mentioned, different. I think there's a saying pretty popular these days. It's called different is better than better. So different is better than better. So try to be different instead of trying to one up or be slightly better than your competition, because people will notice you pretty easily. But if you are just slightly better, then it's hard to let people know what you're really about, because you are just another guy that's selling the same product. So that's number one. Different is better than better. And number two is personal business, personal brand is the same. Think about what differentiates you from other people. For example, doing YouTube videos. So what differentiates you from other YouTubers? And here I have a reflection as well for myself. For me, I am an immigrant to America, and I have knowledge in multiple fields: computer science, writing, and online marketing. So this is a very good differentiator for me, because usually software guys, software people, they have no idea about marketing. And marketing people, they don't know a thing about how to do programming. And also software or marketing guys, they are not good at writing sometimes. So, but for me, I like all of them: writing, marketing, and software programming. So my differentiator would be, my personal brand is that I will combine these three into my offerings, and then I can stand out and be different from the other people. So that's the learning today, and I hope that you learned a lot with me. Thank you for watching this video. To get my latest thoughts on career and business growth, I hope you subscribe to my newsletter at jchen.blog/business-newsletter, jchen.blog/business-newsletter. And I'll see you in the next video.